Here. We have a key video. I don't know the title of it yet, but it's going to deal with the engineered collapse of the country and the fact that the police are saying we're not going to protect you. That's going up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com within 2 hours. We need this video to go mega viral so people understand the economic implosion is by design. I'm asking you for your help on that. And the story by Paul Watson, top Clinton official, only a terror attack can save Obama. He's writing another article right now that's going to go along with Aaron Dykes' video that we're editing. We shot it last night. He's been working on it this morning. That's going up because people need to put the pieces together. They know something's wrong. They don't know specifically what it is. We do. I mean, the battle's on. And coming up in the next hour, I'm going to detail all of this with key information, most important information I've ever covered here on air. Let's go ahead and talk to Matt in New York. Matt, thanks for holding.
Alex, Matt from Mobilize the People in New York. By the way, we just added videos of your broadcast on mobilizethepeople.com to get the message out. You and Larry are absolutely correct in your assessment of the treasonous behavior by the president and other officials. The bottom line is they need to be held accountable by the people, which speaks to the larger point you had earlier of accelerating the freedom movement. We need to be able to reach new people. The future of this movement, the freedom movement, depends upon the need to change the language of the debate and a way we can communicate our message so we can reach these new people. The idea of people having to get involved to promote and sustain freedom is new and scary. It's a scary concept for a lot of people. Most people are just used to sitting on their butts and not doing anything. And now, the proposed with getting up and doing something and fighting for your belief in freedom is a scary concept, which paralyzes a lot of people.
Well, here's an analogy. If you went to Yellowstone Park now in the rural areas, the uninhabited areas, some of the more remote areas, where they've introduced hundreds of vicious timber wolves, and you went out and poured pig blood all over yourself and tied yourself down, they would come and eat you. And it's the same thing with tyrants. If we just sit there watching our TV sets and sucking our thumbs and doing nothing and not being involved, we will be overrun, we will be oppressed. There is no option here, and I appreciate your call, Matt. Mary in Texas. Mary, you're on the air.
Yes, Alex. I work with Richard Reeves on the toll road. I want to encourage everybody to go to turftexas.org. Because they are stealing from the pension funds. We're trying to stop that in the legislature. They need to go down to the legislature and work on that and try to get that stopped. The toll roads are going to be used to finance the Trans-Texas Corridor. The Trans-Texas Corridor is just a corridor that goes up from China, if you can imagine this, from China to the deep water ports in Mexico. Up through the gut our
yes, ma'am.
country.
Mary, you notice I let Matt go really quick, and now I'm talking to you because I opened the phones up and I said, "What do you?" Because I want to focus people on this, and I did cover toll roads last hour, and I made a film, Endgame Blueprint for Global Enslavement, that covers the NAFTA superhighways and the Trans-Texas Corridor, and you're absolutely right, and we did cover that last hour. What I wanted to hear from you on, that's why we opened the phones up, is I want to hear from you about Obama's advisors saying they need to stage terror attack and the police saying they're not going to protect you. They're going to let society totally collapse. Now, Larry Pratt agreed that's the scenario, and I want to hear from you, Mary. I want your perspective. What do you think about those issues?
Well, let me try to explain this to you. The big Trans-Texas Corridor is being built to carry big, heavy Army equipment. What do you think of that? And when they have the toll roads, they're going to shut those roads down when they want.
Well, you're right. I mean, no, they built the... Mary, I know all about the toll roads. Yes, I made a film about it. It's called Endgame. That's a large part of the 3-hour film. And yes, I know they built the highway system for the military. The Eisenhower administration started it. And so they can land large jets on it. And yes, we don't need a big road into Mexico, Mary. I guess another day when we're on that subject, that's fine. Jason in California, do you care about the issues I raised?
Hello, Alex. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
So about a month ago, I was on my way home. I went out and had a drink with a friend of mine. And I wasn't drunk or anything, really. I had just a couple beers. And on my way home on the highway, the 101 North up here in Northern California, I was attacked by a hitchhiker, and so I called 911. I mean,
why did you stop for a hitchhiker?
I didn't stop. He stepped in the path of the bike lane, forcing me to veer into the middle of the highway.
Yeah, they do that.
And so I called because in good conscience I couldn't pretty much just let this crazy guy just stand on the side of the freeway.
Well, no, that's the message. That's the message, and that's the point I wanted to make today. When you call the cops, and especially in these corrupt cities, they end up taking you to jail. They don't want you calling them.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. I was pretty much incarcerated temporarily, 5 days deprived of freedom because they said I had a concealed weapon. It was a sheathed knife clearly hanging on my right side. The officer pretty much turned around, and I'm sure the crazy hitchhiker got scared away by the lights pretty much. And so this little tyrant pretty much flipped out once. So
let's be clear, you're on a bicycle, you got a knife to protect yourself. California is collapsing like Mexico. It's going the exact same direction, and you went to jail for having a knife, and he claimed you couldn't drink a couple beers and ride your bicycle.
Yeah, he spins around behind me, throws me up into a street sign, and then puts me on the hood of his cruiser, has his partner show up, points a taser at my head. The whole time I'm calling them by their names, and I'm like, look, what's going on? What are you going to do about the guy that attacked me? Why are you doing this? They don't answer anything, pretty much frantically strip my belt off, drag me off, and hold me for like $25,000 ransom.
Well,
and then they tried to...
I mean, I'm not saying what they did was wrong, but a lot of times they get confused. They hear there's a hitchhiker. They probably thought you were the hitchhiker. I appreciate your call. That's a terrible story. Folks, only once or twice a week do I say, hey, I want to talk about these subjects, and nobody ever does it, so I just won't take calls, I guess.
So you think the massive Gulf oil leak won't affect the air you breathe? Think again. Benzene, a toxic gas emitted from crude oil and a known carcinogen, is now airborne, traveling hundreds, even thousands of miles inland. Whether you live near the Gulf or not, benzene and other volatile organic compounds could cause adverse reactions to those living inside your home. NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, came to airfiltersandpurifiers.com for answers on how to clean the air on boats aiding in the Gulf cleanup. Do what NOAA did. Contact airfiltersandpurifiers.com and ask about the HealthMate Plus. The HealthMate Plus is capable of trapping 99.97% of all polluting particulates. Buy the HealthMate Plus today with no tax, free shipping, a 5-year warranty, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to airfiltersandpurifiers.com. GCN listeners get a 5% discount by using promo code GCN. Call 800-499-2418 or go to airfiltersandpurifiers.com, your trusted advisor for clean air.
They helped to create a new world order.
We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The new world order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all, that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com, or watch it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
What started as an idea to provide power for a small hunting cabin has grown into a passion for creating an alternative energy source that's both affordable and reliable. At Wind Blue Power, our goal is to provide you with the best selection of parts and accessories to power your own ideas. Whether you're building a wind generator from scratch or you prefer a complete bolt-together kit, we've got you covered with fast worldwide shipping and impeccable customer service. Visit us at windbluepower.com. Think green, go blue at Wind Blue Power.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Two top stories up at GCNlive.com. Top Clinton official, only a terror attack can save Obama. I'm covering that coming up in the next hour. You can also listen on the streams at Infowars.com. CNN Sanchez says dead Americans good for war against manufactured terror. It's such important information, ladies and gentlemen, at GCNlive.com. I'm going to jam in a few more of your phone calls. But first, I wanted to tell people about a Cola Blue Skull&Bones.com. Atmospheric water generators. It just looks like a water, bottle system without the water bottle on top. Great little computerized system. Grabs the water out of the air. 7.5 gallons with their smallest unit. And it's the best, cleanest drinking water you can get, period. EcoloBlue.com, 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 or 800-691-6043, 800-691-6043. Check it out. A whole new way to get the purest water available, EcoloBlue.com. Okay, I'll take a few more calls, and I love your calls. It's usually wide open phones. A lot of stations and networks don't do that and shows. But I do want to get your take on Obama and free fall and the fact that I'm pointing out that they want an engineered depression here and how serious this is and what are we going to do about it. And they're saying they want a staged terror attack. I mean, this is big news. Let's talk to Brandon in Pennsylvania. You're on the air.
Hey, Alex. How are you today?
Pretty good, sir.
Good. First of all, I don't want to waste your time. I just want to thank you for all you do. I haven't had a chance to call in, but thank you, sir. You are truly doing a great deed for
Well, let me thank you, Brandon, but I'm not doing a great deed. I'm trying to survive. I mean,